It is continuation. It was in the continuation, as I told you in the start, that last time we discussed the like energy balance on these system open systems. And in these open systems, when we studied in open system, we said that like usually the flow takes place, and after flow there was kinetic energy, potential, and internal energy. We derived the equation, then we used that equation, and in between there were the values of enthalpy. They were coming from steam table. So we have this discussed in previous discussion today, as well as in the earlier lecture, at the last time for a few minutes, that how to read these table, how to find the values from steam table. So if I just link this part of the lecture which I'm just going to discuss, this is actually linked with the previous lecture, that when you apply balance on these systems, and especially when you have mechanical energy balance, means they are, for example, your reactor, distillation column, evaporator, or heat exchangers. Most of the time when you will be applying balance on these systems which are mentioned here, like these are very common equipment in chemical engineering. So shaft work and kinetic potential energy, usually their change is negligible, because you guys studied that the equation was energy balance was Q plus Ws is equal to change in enthalpy plus change in kinetic energy plus change in potential energy. So shaft work, kinetic and potential energy, usually they are ignorable. Sometime mean even shaft work will be ignorable, then there will be like any other term will be coming inside this. So for example, in the form of enthalpy or any other term of this will be left. So in those cases, when you apply the balance, actually, although as I advised you that you should write complete equation and then reduce the terms or eliminate which are like not usable for that given condition. So, but sometimes you can quickly use the equation for these systems, but still it is better to write complete equation. For closed system, if you remember, the equation was Q plus W is equal to, what was that equation? Do you remember something from closed system? What was complete equation? That was Q plus W is
is
equal
equal to
to
change
delta
in
T
U.
plus, yeah, change in internal energy plus change in kinetic energy plus change in potential energy. As he said, when we will be applying balance on this system and change in kinetic and potential energy are negligible, so those two terms as well as work term was neglected. So here most of the time for closed system, and this was for closed system unsteady state. So this equation is just reduced to this form. As well for open system, if you remember, equation was Q plus Ws is equal to del H plus del Ke plus del Pe. If we ignore the shaft work, kinetic and potential energy change, so this equation is simply left over. So this you can reduce. You already, when we discussed the problem also, we talked about this. For example, here is a simple question. I mean that steam at 10 bar absolute. What does this absolute mean? Guys, this means absolute pressure. This pressure is absolute 10 bar absolute pressure with 190 degrees C of superheat is fed to the turbine at this rate. I mean this is steam which is at these conditions, and this is fed to the turbine at given flow rate, mass flow rate is given. The turbine operation is adiabatic. What does this mean? Adiabatic. Anyone?
So heat
Quickly
change is
tell me.
zero.
Q is
Delta
zero.
H.
Q is
Q is
0.
Zero. Yes, good. Q is zero, and the effluent is saturated steam. Effluent mean anything leaving from this turbine, that is like saturated steam, which enters here. Definitely, that will be some steam at higher condition, as he said. It is superheated steam. So you know that you just studied that at 10 bar steam temperature, water temperature was like something we call 180 degrees C. So it is 190 degrees C. So it's mean it is superheated 180 say above EN to 190, it is superheated. So after when it leaves, it is its pressure as well as temperature will be reduced. So as you said, effluent is saturated steam at 1 bar. So what will be temperature of this steam? Can you tell me? It is saturated steam at 1 bar. What will be its
सर स्टीम
temperature?
टेबल से देख लेंगे.
Yes, you can check, but directly you know that at 1 atm it is 100, and if you remember 1 bar 99.6 it was. Otherwise, you can definitely check from the table. Okay, what he said, calculate the work output of the turbine. You know that turbine do the work, it moves the generator. So we have to find work output. It means work done by the system. This is turbine is the system. So by the way, either it is closed system or open system.
ओपन सिस्टम.
Open system because some steam is coming in and leaving out. Okay, calculate the work output of the turbine in kilowatts. He gives you unit, neglecting changes in kinetic and potential energy. So I think you can solve this question quickly. What will be the equation overall? From where we will start? Q plus Ws is equal to change in enthalpy plus change in kinetic energy plus change in potential energy. Out of these, what he said, you have to ignore.
Sir, potential energy, kinetic energy, and heat.
Yes, heat, because this is adiabatic process. So Q is 0 as well as change in kinetic energy and change in potential energy, as he said. Negligible means they are changing, but just you have to neglect those, they are very small changes. So your equation actually is left over is simply shaft work is equal to change in enthalpy, and he just broke it out in terms of like mass flow rate and enthalpy of output stream minus input stream. You know that this H mean H dot output minus H dot input, so you know that H dot is equal to m dot mass flow rate multiplied by specific enthalpy. So he wrote this equation. So what do you have to do? How you will solve this problem now? Can you solve it? Simply, what you have to do is to find the enthalpies at given temperature and pressure from steam table. So we just discussed steam table in very much detail. So you guys can go to the steam table, locate first of all for output stream. Output stream is at 1 bar. So just locate there. It is, you will go to the table of saturated steam and locate at 1 bar. Against 1 bar, if you look at the temperature, it's okay, otherwise no need to do here. Temperature is not involved in calculation. So just look at 1 bar. Against that, look at the steam. Guys, look, this word is very important. Saturated steam. It is not saturated water, saturated liquid. It is steam. So there will be 2 columns. You just you have seen that for enthalpy, the 1 column is for water, 1 is for steam. So you have to look for the value of steam as well as enthalpy of steam getting in. So you know that it is 10 bar and 190 degrees C. So just go to the table, locate this 10 bar, and against that try to find the value of 190. So definitely 190 will not be there. Just 10 bar is there. We have just seen there will be, I think, 150 or 175, then 200. So you have to maybe interpolate there. Understand? So this is application of both the topic we will discuss, that equation is reduced to some simplified form, as well as in this problem you can do that practice, that how to read the data. So please solve it. Another question. Water is pumped from a well. Like you know that water is used for pumping of liquids. So here pump is used for pumping of various liquids. So water is being pumped from a well in which water level is at a constant 20 feet below the ground level. This is somewhere ground level, you can see mentioned here in the diagram. So water level is still like that remains fixed, and it is actually 20 feet below the ground. So the water is discharged into the level pipe that is 5 feet above the ground. It's mean, what does this mean? That you have to pump water initially from its initial point to the ground, that is 20 feet deep, and then further 5 feet above the ground. So overall height, how much will be the overall height? It will be like 25 when pump is pumping this. So 25, yes. And at a flow rate of 0.5 cubic feet per second, you are provided with this flow rate, which is volumetric flow rate is given here. Okay. And then assume that a negligible heat transfer occurs. What does this mean? Negligible.
Q0.
Q is equal to
0. Simply negligible mean Q0. Good. Occurs from the water during its flow. Calculate the electric power required by the pump if it is 100% efficient. Power requirement, work, you have to calculate. You know that work per unit time, that's power. So you can neglect the friction in the pipe and the pump. So here, when you write the equation, this is the complete equation for the open system. Again, this is open system because you are moving something in pump and then moving it out. So fluid is moving, water is moving, it is open system. This is equation. So one, he said just ignore this Q. Done. Okay, what about, is there any work being done? Yes, definitely pump is moving this, so that is like power which you are going to calculate. So it means there will be work. So when there are pumps, turbines, compressors, so there will be always, remember, there will be the work done. So what about these change in enthalpy, entropy. So did he talk about anything about change in temperatures?
No, sir.
No. So it means you have to just neglect this, because he said friction को ignore करना है, otherwise in case of friction you know that there will be a bit increase in temperature, so you will just ignore this. What about change in kinetic energy? Is there any discussion about the mean velocity of water getting in, getting out, like something like this? No. You don't have any such discussion. So what is happening here? Is there any change in like something we call this in potential energy? Is there any change?
Height. Yes, sir, height.
Height change, which means definitely there will be potential energy. So guys, this is just simple reduced equation that work is equal to change in potential energy. And you know height out in, you know that if you just take this as a reference point 0, so above this there will be height out 25, and flow rate is given. Flow rate is volumetric flow rate. So how to find mass flow rate? Hey, can you find mass flow rate?
Density.
Yeah, simply good. This is like volumetric flow rate is given. To find mass flow rate you should have density, and this is water and not specific condition mentioned, so we can use simple general value of the density. So I think it is again straightforward. We can do this. Okay, can you tell me, did you solve any problem in which simultaneous material and energy balance are involved? Did you solve any problem?
Sir, last lecture में की.
Okay, then आज फिर एक कर लेते हैं quickly. So simultaneous energy and material balance, superheated steam at 300 degrees C and 1 atm. Absolute is to be fed to a heat exchanger. He is telling you that you have to provide superheated steam to any equipment which we call heat exchanger, and it is applied at 300 degrees C and 1 atm. It is produced by mixing an available stream of, it is produced, this stream which is superheated steam at 1 atm and 300 degrees C, this is produced by mixing an available stream of saturated steam which is at 1 atm discharged from a turbine. This is one stream which is available at 1 atm and it is saturated steam. 1 atm and saturated steam, what should be the temperature? I think you can directly tell me. No need to put the table. It is 100. Yes, because it is 180. No. It is 1 atm. 1 atm. 1 atm is 100. Yes, if it is 1 bar, then 99.6. You are right. Okay. From a turbine at a rate, its rate is also given. Rate flow rate is given. With a second stream of superheated steam, we have to mix this stream, which was saturated steam at 1 atm. We have to mix it with other stream, which is at 400 degrees centigrade and 1 atm. The mixing may be considered adiabatic. Did you get anything from here, from this line?
Q is equal to 0.
Q is equal to 0. Good. Calculate the amount of superheated steam at 300 degrees C produced. Calculate the amount of superheated steam. Here he didn't ask you to find the value of something energy type stuff. He asked amount of this steam which is produced at 300 degrees C and the required volumetric flow of 400 degrees centigrade steam. You can look at the diagram. All this statement is very clearly explained or given here in the diagram. So if even diagram is not given already, you know that first of all you should draw the diagram and put all the information on the diagram, whatever is given, whatever is asked. So first of all, you know that he said that you need some steam which is at 300 degrees C and 1 atm. I'm talking about output stream of this. Because if you start reading the problem question, so you will see initially information about this stream which is at output. We are given its temperature and pressure as well. We don't know its flow rate, which he asked us to calculate. Actually, calculate the amount of superheated steam at 300 degrees C. So this M is unknown. And how we produce this stream, he said we mix actually two streams. One is saturated steam and other is superheated steam, and its condition was given. For saturated steam, its pressure was 1 atm. You guys told me its temperature will be 100 definitely, and its flow rate was given. while another stream which was at 400 and 1 atm, its flow rate was not given. By the way, here he mentioned enthalpies, from where they come. Specific enthalpy.
Steam table.
Yeah, steam table he has found at given condition. You guys can go there. Now you know already that how to read the table of saturated superheated steam, so you guys can easily find, and if they are not given even. So let's look at this solution. I have done it for you. So first of all, I have drawn the diagram. I have given some different names. First of all, this is stream 1, so it's flow rate, its temperature, pressure, and enthalpy, which was given, as well as stream 2, which was steam actually at 400 degrees C and 1 atm superheated steam, and its flow rate is not given. They get mixed in the mixer, and then out of this, the stream is coming at 300, 1 atm, and its enthalpy at these given condition from the steam table actually, and its flow rate he asks us to find. So first of all, what do you think? Either it is a problem of mass balance, energy balance, or mixture?
Some mixture.
Because you see that he is also talking about enthalpies, temperature, pressures, as well as, because if you just go back to the material balance section, you will see mostly he is only talking about the stream flow rates, their composition. And if you jump to the pure energy balance problem, he usually talk about that the stream enters, and he usually didn't talk about the flow rates. But in this question, you can see that both he is talking about material as well as energy balance. And in real life, when you will be solving the problem, you will be solving your system, you will be designing the equipments. Most of the time you have to solve both at a time, material as well as energy balance. So with the help of this, definitely you will be able to find the unknowns, otherwise it will be difficult. So such kind of problem are something you can say in the real world which you face, or when you design your equipments and such kind of stuff. So you have to actually solve both material and energy balance at a time. Although this is non-reacting system, simple, but sometimes also reactions will involve, it will become a bit complex, and then you have to do this. But okay, let's look at its solution. First of all, as he said, this is adiabatic. So I put here Q is equal to 0, which already you told. Is there any here work going on? Why did I put it like shaft work is equal to 0?
कोई मोटर की
With
मूवमेंट
passage
नहीं
of time, you guys will definitely hear he didn't say any work in the question. Nothing mentioned, definitely, as well as you know that this is simple system. What you are doing, for example, you bring two water stream, they get mixed and then leave. There is no light work here, so I just mention it. Shaft work is equal to 0. But let me tell you, later on when you will study chemical engineering, you will see that in mixture actually we have rotator, and that is also connected to some motor, although that work is very small as compared to the other terms, but there is. But in this question he didn't talk about any mixing mixing equipment, so let's leave that. So shaft work is 0 here. Then change in kinetic energy, he didn't mention anything about the diameter change in the lines as well as any velocity, so just ignore this. Change in kinetic energy will also be 0, as well as no information about the change in the height, so change in potential energy will also be 0. Okay, so what you will be left with, I mean, just simple. If you write complete equation, 4 terms are negligible, only 1 term is there. So actually another thing, this is based on actually up to here I'm telling, based on the statement, based on these things, what are the terms which will be there, which will not be there. So actually you are supposed to find the mass flow rate. As I told you that this question is mixture of material energy balance, simultaneously you have to solve them. So this is you are looking for. So to solve such problem, definitely you take the basis. So initially I took the basis. When you have a time, so it's better to select the basis of time, because it was something 1150 kg per hour. So I took the basis of 1 hour. So you know that first of all what you do, I don't know what you are doing these days or what steps you follow, but these are the basic steps that you have to follow when you are solving these problems. So you have to do degree of freedom analysis. How many number of unknown and how many equation in your system? How many unknowns?
2.
2 unknowns, 2 flow rates you don't know, yes. And what about like equations? How many equations you can write for this system?
2. Sir, 2.
You suck to the number. 2. What are those 2 equations? ये हुदाशा के अलावा बाकी भी बता सकते हैं. Okay, component, another one.
Sum of all the mass fractions equal to 1, sir.
No, that is like material balance equation. Nothing here is nothing like mass fraction or something. You have simple balance. Either it is component balance or overall balance, same thing. Because overall there are more than one component. If I just add these three, water flow rates, steam flow rate, that's one equation of material. What is other equation which you are telling? Because in my case, if I show you here, you can see degree of freedom. I said number of unknown are 2. Yes, I know. Number of equation. For material balance point of view, I have only one equation, which is component balance. So it is degree of freedom is 1. So can I solve this problem for a unique solution? No,
Excuse me,
it's
sir.
mean
No.
I have to know. It's mean wait a minute. It's mean I have to look for some other equation. So what other equation is possible? Guys, you have a lot of information about energy balance here. It's mean another equation which you can write is of energy balance. So just to give you the idea, otherwise I can directly write it here. 2 minus 2 is equal to 0 and degree of freedom will become 0. But look, whenever you have to solve such problem, first of all, I'm giving you the idea. First of all, look at the equation which you can write for the material balance. And for material balance, either I write overall balance equation or component equation. That's the same thing. That's mean only one equation. So by unknown R2, in order to get the result, there should be another equation, and other equation I can write it for energy balance here. So based on that, when I put it here like 2, as well I said that there will be another energy balance equation. So then 2 minus 2 is 0, and now you can get unique solution. Hudasha, go ahead.
सर मैं कह रही थी कि m1 प्लस m2 इज इक्वल टू m3 की एक इक्वेशन बनती है
जी वही बनती है, इसके अलावा
और सर एनर्जी बैलेंस की एक बनती है
जी जी वही मैं यही बता रहा हूँ। ठीक है, मुझे पता है आप लोगों में से कुछ लोगों का आइडिया, बट कुछ को नहीं। अगर मैं यहाँ डायरेक्टली 2 माइनस 2 लिखता और ख़त्म कर देता, तो बिकॉज ये प्रॉब्लम ऐसा है जिसके अंदर मटेरियल बैलेंस की भी एक इक्वेशन आएगी और एक एनर्जी बैलेंस की, इसी वजह से हम इसको कह रहे हैं दिस इज सिमल्टेनियस सोल्यूशन इन विच यू हैव टू इन्वॉल्व बोथ। ठीक है, तो यस, सो I was just talking about this, that one component balance or overall balance equation and other material energy balance equation. So we can solve it definitely when we can get like the degree of freedom 0, then we can write the equation. So I wrote here the equation like m1 plus m2 is equal to m3, the thing which he is talking about, like this too. Do you know that input is equal to output and there is no accumulation in this system? So this is input is m1 plus m2 is equal to m3. By the way, why I'm saying there is no accumulation? How do you know? By the way,
steady state process.
it is steady state. In the question it is not mentioned, but guys, look, when there is a mixer, it is not like something accumulating, and he also didn't mention anything. But suppose I give you the question and I say, okay, 10 kg of this steam is accumulated in the system, so then definitely there will be accumulation term. Then it will not be like this straightforward. Input will not be equal to output. Definitely you have to include accumulation, but here there is no information about accumulation, so you will take it as a steady state. So this mean value 1150, we know it is in kg, plus m2 and m3 are unknown, so this is one equation. After putting these values, I will write it. Next equation, as I said, I can write for the energy balance, so you will write complete equation. But in this equation already I talked about these all 4 terms: Q, W, change in kinetic and potential energy. These 4 leads to 0 because they were ignorable. Only the left is change in enthalpy. So change in enthalpy is equal to 0. I mean, this will become your equation because all other 4s are 0. So change in enthalpy, what does this mean? It means H of output stream, outlet stream minus H of inlet stream. So that's equal to 0. And you know that H is equal to mass multiplied by specific enthalpy. This is enthalpy over mass, so mass will cancel and I will again get back the enthalpy. You know this. So this is of output streams minus input stream. There were 2 input streams, and if I will open the bracket, so both terms will come with the negative sign. By the way, sorry, I just forgot to put here the cap, H2 cap, it is also cap, I mean like specific. So that is equal to 0. Now you know, I think few of these, m3 was unknown, I put it as a variable. H3, you know all these 3 enthalpies. One flow rate was only known, 1150, so other were unknown, I put them as a unknown. And I just try to simplify the equation. And then you know that now again you have this equation 2 with the 2 variables, m2 and m3. As well you have equation 1 with these 2 variables. So guys, you can use these equations you can solve them simultaneously, and I used the substitution method, that what I did from equation 1, M3 was equal to 1150 plus M2. So I put the value of M3 here in this equation 2. So just solve it, simple algebra, and you will get the value of M2, that is like 2244 kg. When you will get it, put it in the main equation, which was one equation. So M2 is now known, so you will get M3. After getting this, actually in the question, if you read it, he said for one of the streams you were supposed to find the amount and other required volumetric flow rate. If you can read here, calculate the amount of superheated stream at 300 degrees C and required volumetric flow rate of 400 degrees C. For 400 C stream, you need to find volumetric flow rate. So in order to find volumetric flow rate, now you have already mass. So by using this mass, you can find volumetric flow rate if you just have its specific volume. So for specific volume, and it is steam, and it is available at 1 bar and 400 degrees C, you can find this value from the steam table. So just use this specific volume, multiply it with the mass, and you will get something we call like volume. And initially when I started the problem, I took the basis of problem as a 1R. So it's mean anything which you are just getting is actually something divided by R. So I will finally report my answer like this: M2 is equal to 2244 kg per hour, and this will be like V2 will be 6979 cubic meter per hour. Got it? Any question?
Yes. No, sir.
This is how you solve actually simultaneous material and energy balance. And okay, still we are left with last topic, and that is on steady state. Inshallah, we'll discuss next time. So thank you so much. Let me download it. Downloaded attendance topic.